What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you all the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. This week sees the continuation of Festival of the Lost. We have a new King's Fall raid challenge, a breakdown of all the weekly rituals and Nightfall exclusive loot, the lost sectors and seasonal challenges, and more importantly what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week. There's definitely a lot to get through, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week sees the continuation of Festival of the Lost, and with that we also see a brand new raid challenge over in the King's Fall raid. This week's challenge is called The Grass is Always Greener and is a perfect opportunity if you're still chasing the Kingslayer seal. Now this challenge takes place in the Totems encounter, and players cannot take the same brand on consecutive occasions. You'll need to rotate from right to left or left to right depending on how you start the fight. Now the Totems encounter can be one of the tricky ones, especially on the master difficulty, so make sure to have your loadout set up accordingly, and if you can absolutely nail it, you'll be able to get your hands on a second raid chest and also some sweet Harrowed raid loot. Now from here we're going to move over to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week, and this week sees the Vow of the Disciple return as the featured raid. This raid was introduced alongside Witch Queen and has one of the most unique boss fights and some of the best weapons available in the game. As the featured raid, all the challenges will be available, so if you're still working on the Disciple Slayer seal, this week will be a perfect opportunity to round out some of those raid challenges. Now as for the dungeon, the Pit of Heresy returns. This launched alongside Shadowkeep, and much like the Vow of the Disciple, if you can absolutely nail this dungeon, then the bosses from these two activities will grant you pinnacle loot. So if you're still on the power grind for Grandmaster Nightfalls, make sure to get these two featured activities done to pick up that sweet pinnacle loot. Now from here we're going to move over to Dares of Eternity and this 30th anniversary pack activity. And this week we have just two armor sets available. This is the Braytech suit set back from Warmind, and also the Lost Pacific suit set from Destiny 2 Vanilla. Now as for weapons, we have a massive range of weapons from Season of Arrivals. This includes the first in last out shotgun, the Lonesome Sidearm, the Gnawing Hunger, the Nightwatch Scout Rifle, the main ingredient, the Ikelos SMG, the Long Shadow Sniper Rifle, the Steel Sibyl Sword, the Toil and Trouble, the Last Perdition Pulse Rifle, the Wishbringer, the grenade launcher that literally none of us use, the Last Dance, and also the Ikelos Sniper Rifle. Now these armor sets and weapons can be picked up during the course of the activity when you complete it, or by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now from here we're going to move over to weekly activities, and we have a new Nightfall for the up and coming week. This week's Nightfall is the Disgraced and can be found over in the Cosmodrome. Now the Disgraced is in fact a reprised strike from Destiny 1, and we'll be offering the Militia's Birthright as an exclusive Nightfall weapon this week. If you can pull it off on the Grandmaster difficulty as well, then the Adept version of this weapon is also up for grabs. So whether you're still working on your Conqueror seal or you're still looking to pick up this incredible reprised weapon, then make sure to jump into the Nightfall to get your hands on those. Now moving over to the Crucible, we have Team Scorched back in rotation. Definitely one of the more unique game modes in the Crucible Rotator, and alongside that we also have bonus Trials ranks all weekend. So if you're looking to get your hands on some of that exclusive Trials raid loot, especially before the Reed's Regret linear fusion rifle is removed from the game upon the end of Season 18, then make sure to make the most of Trials this weekend to pick up one of those. Now next we're going to move on to Lost Sectors for the up and coming week, and we kick off the week with Scavenger's Den on Tuesday's weekly reset. This has anti-barrier and overload champions and will give you an opportunity to get another pair of exotic gauntlets. On Wednesday the Quarry returns, this time with barrier and unstoppable champions, once again giving you an opportunity on those exotic chess pieces. On Thursday Excavation Site is back with barrier and unstoppable champions, with the helmets once again being back in rotation. As for Friday, Concealed Void is back with barrier and overload champions, once again giving you another opportunity on the pair of exotic boots. On Saturday, Bunker E15 will be in rotation with barrier and overload champions, giving you a second opportunity on those exotic gauntlets. As for Sunday, Perdition is in rotation with barrier and overload champions, offering up those exotic chess pieces. And finally for Monday, the Conflux returns with barrier and unstoppable champions this time, once again giving you another opportunity at those exotic helmets. So if there's a particular exotic that you're chasing, be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar for yourself, I'll be sure to leave the link to Today in Destiny down in the video description below. Now from here we're going to move on to the seasonal challenges, and there are just 5 seasonal challenges for week 10 of Season of Plunder. This kicks off with Freebooter 2, so we need to open expedition bonus chests and chests from Master Ketch Crash. Also spending plundered umbral energy at the star chart to focus engrams throughout the course of the season. That's alongside Shaper 3, and here you need to level seasonal shaped weapons up to level 20. That's alongside Thunderlight, so here you need to defeat targets with Arc or Stasis supers, and combatants defeated in Ketch Crash and exhibitions and defeating Guardians will award bonus progress. Next up we have EDZ activities. So in the European Dead Zone you need to earn progress by completing bounties, patrols, public events and lost sectors. And the final challenge for this week is called Intended Authority, and here you need to acquire the Vanguard ornament for the Cry Mutiny grenade launcher. Now this challenge also offers up the Plain Strider, which is an emblem which is exclusive to this particular challenge. Now as well as that emblem, all these challenges offer Challenger XP, some will offer Repute, whilst others will offer Bright Dust, which brings us nicely onto the final section of this week's video, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 10 of Season of Plunder. Now over in the featured Bright Dust shelf we have an exotic ghost shell called Hexing Shell. This is an awesome ghost shell from a previous Festival of the Lost event, so if you missed out on this one you can pick it up this week for 2,850 Bright Dust. That's alongside a brand new rare emote called It Was You. Now this is available for 200 silver, so if you fancy saving those real world pennies on it you can pick it up this week for 400 Bright Dust. That's alongside Murder of Crows, this awesome transmat effect from a previous festival event. Once again you can pick this up for 200 silver or pick it up for 450 Bright Dust this week. Now as for the shader this week we have reanimated Verve from the previous Festival of the Lost event. So again, if you're a collector and missed out on this one, make sure to pick it up for just 300 Bright Dust. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have an exotic emote called Boo. This is also from a previous Festival of the Lost event, or could set you back 1,000 silver. So if you want to pick this one up for Bright Dust this week, this will cost you 3,250 Bright Dust. That's alongside a legendary emote called Peaceful Rest, also from last year's event, and will set you back 700 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside Hazy Future Shell, a brand new exotic ghost shell for this year's event. Now this forms part of a cosmetic set, or you can pick it up individually for just 600 silver. Or if you want to pick it up for Bright Dust, this will set you back 2,850. That's alongside the Desmodus, which is an exotic ship from the previous festival event, and will set you back just 2,000 Bright Dust this week. Next up we have the Spider Mask, this awesome mask ornament. Now this was introduced back in Festival of the Lost 2020, so if you don't have this one in your collection, make sure to pick it up for 1,200 Bright Dust. And the penultimate item on offer this week is the Howling Ghost Projection. Now once again you can pick this up for 200 silver or 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item on offer is called the Worm Perilous, and this is an absolutely awesome exotic weapon ornament for the Parasite exotic grenade launcher. So if you didn't fancy spending 700 silver on this one, make sure to pick it up this week for just 1,250 Bright Dust. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 10 of Season of Plunder. Now if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.